Have you ever wanted to rule the galaxy? With friendship? Or manage the growth and development of a sentient fungus? Modify your species into hairless apes for the infiltration of a primitive alien government? If you answered, okay, to any of these questions, the Swedes have got you covered. Stellaris is a game of imperialism, treachery, ruthlessness, and sometimes laser beams and abduction. Most empires follow a similar pattern of development to each other, before domination of the galaxy, collapsing suddenly, or slowly fading into obscurity. Truly great empires have a secret ingredient in their delicious recipe for success that separates them from all others: the effective management of important resources. The first step on the path to intergalactic domination is the understanding and development of the environment around you. An empire needs to know who and where their neighbors are, and the location of large habitable worlds or systems rich in resources. Once found, it also helps to know a bit more about what each important resource means for the empire to help prioritize the avenues for development. Minerals can be considered a representation of the productive capacity, as they are used for construction and maintenance for most things an empire needs. This is a priority throughout the life of your empire, but especially important for early development. Stations are usually exploited first, as they do not require a population to operate, although they are more expensive and more difficult to defend than their planetary counterparts. For this reason, the planet should also be developed with some mines to prevent major collapse of production during wartime. Energy can't be used to purchase improvements, ships, and structures in most circumstances. Develop alongside production with minimal surplus to avoid wasted resources. If a surplus of energy arises for the empire, it means that production is too low in relation to available energy. It would therefore be advisable to build more structures, trade for other things, or construct a larger fleet to use all of the available power. Influence is a sneaky resource, the benefits of which are not immediately obvious to fledgling empires. To simplify things a bit, we'll just call it elbow grease. The more you are able to influence those around you, the better you will be able to run an orderly regime. More flexibility when choosing staff, the ability to increase population effectiveness, quicker development of colonies, as well as the ability to capture rich systems before rival empires can mobilize. It is important to always be gaining influence throughout your reign, and to use it when available to be most effective. The last three most important resources can be thought of as representing the efficiency of the empire as a whole. The more you have of each type of research, the better you get at doing everything. It is somewhat unpredictable in the short term, but over the long term you will gain more tools to use and sharpen the ones you already have. This will allow you to build fewer, more powerful ships, gain more resources from each tile, and more efficiently manage internal affairs. Once the borders of empires have met and the most resource-rich areas have been claimed, your empire will move into its last phase. Productive capacity must still be increased in any way possible to avoid stagnation, either through aggression, research, or diplomacy. Otherwise, you will eventually fall behind. The diplomatic route can be very effective by combining the productive capacity of each member state. Aggressive strategies require significant resource investment on a powerful navy and a higher level of potential risk. Larger enemy empires should be the focus of attention as the game progresses. Interruption of their development becomes more and more important as time passes. This is due to the diminishing returns of research efforts and large production capacity of major powers. Technological advantage becomes less of a factor. There are many different recipes for successful empires, each with their own unique flavors. No matter which strategies and tactics are employed, the effective management of resources remains the most important aspect of the deliciousest of all empires.
It's Warp